Hello, I'm Arlie, and this is Arlie Tarot, and today I have a reading about a soulmate check-in. I'm gonna keep going with the love theme. I think this is the perfect time for it, the perfect month. It feels right. It's interesting because I keep perceiving February as a very big, like, love opening portal kind of vibe. Everything feels that way, and this is the first time, I think, in my spiritual journey at least, that I've felt that way, and that is very interesting to me, so I'm rolling with it. The love readings and the collectives just keep opening up, kind of like, for lack of a better example, they keep opening up their heart center, kind of like the communication is what I'm trying to say, is very clear, very grounding, and is a very loving, beautiful energy to tap into. I can definitely sense my resistance to it in the beginning, but here I am. I've always been a believer in love anyways, but yeah, and this feels, again, all of that feels like the collective's energy as well. But you know what? It's like speaking from the heart, even though it could be challenging. That's the kind of energy that's here. Challenging in the sense of, your scare is not going to be well received, or I just get a lot of, it's people healing the way that they receive and give love, and it's beautiful. Okay, so I have 3 piles for you. I do have pre-shuffled oracles and tarot, but I'm going to use them in the reading. But I wanted you to go off the decks that I want to use for each pile. So the first deck is, this is clear quartz. And the first deck is this one, which is the Unveiled Tarot. Very unique depictions of tarot, which is why I picked these 3. This is what the back of the cards look like, and I am going to show you a card that wanted to be shown. It actually started with this deck. The Fool's card was at the bottom of it, so I was like, okay, I'll bring out the Fool from every deck. So in this deck, it's a very interesting depiction of the Fool. Definitely very interesting given the times that we're living in, and I am filming this on February of 2025, so enough said, and I'm in the United States. All right. So that's pile number 1. Pile 2, this is your deck, and I used it in the last love reading that I did. It's so perfect, and the Fool's card is so perfect too for a love reading. It was also part of, I think, one of the piles. Oh, it was in pile 3 of my last video, in case you saw that. And this is what the back of the deck looks like. I don't know why I grabbed the whole thing. And this is what the Fool card looks like. So it is the Fool card that we're all used to, but then it pans out a little bit, it's like getting a wider picture of the Fool's card, which in return, as a reader, is very beautiful, how a wider understanding of the sentiment behind the card coming out, what it means. It's so cool. All right, and then your last, oh, and this is also clear quartz. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but we're going with it. Last pile, you have a little skull, and this is flower agate. And your tarot deck is this deck that hasn't been in a lot of readings, but it is a beautiful deck, and I really like using it. The artwork is amazing. Tarot of Oppositions. Every card is like this. It has 2 sides to it. The Queen of Wands is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I don't know, I just thought I would show you that so you can kind of get a sense of it. I feel like all of you guys are very artistic, and you do see messages in, you see messages in images. And this is what the Fool's card looks like in this deck. So you see we got a I would say one, well, I don't want to say light or good side. It's just one side and then another side. And they both tell a story. And sometimes they tell a story together. Sometimes some of the cards look really good in this way as well. We'll just go with it, okay? Very intuitive kind of reading, which I think is why they wanted me to show the decks instead of just letting you pick from like crystals, or if just one of the same cards. So yeah, we are going to be looking into who are they, what do they want to tell you at this moment about the connection or what they're feeling. And then my oracles that I have pre-picked are going to be advice from spirit regarding the whole situation, whatever it is that they want to make sure that you take away from this. Okay, so I'm going to start with pile 1 and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile 1. If you guys picked the Unveiled Tarot and the Clear Quartz, this is going to be your reading. I rolled one of my number dice to get some angel numbers for you guys, and yours was 1 and 6. So 111, 1111 for sure, and 666 were the numbers that I wrote down. But obviously any other combination of 1 and 6, or 1 and 6s, I should say, would definitely apply to you. Take that as it resonates. That's just extra confirmation for whoever needs it, okay? So I'm gonna put your deck over here. I think, like I said in the intro, I'm going to use, I have certain questions that I'm asking, which is who are they, what do they want to tell you right now about the connection, and then my oracles are going to be dedicated for spirit and what they want to say, and then definitely want you to take away from this. So I'm leaving these for last. I will start with this card, which is tarot, because I want this card to answer who they are, and then the rest of the reading is just going to be with your deck, okay? Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. All right, let's get into it. Whew, 7 of Swords. Very interesting. Who are they? Who are they? You know what's interesting? The who are they question is being answered by your soulmate in a very abstract way, meaning they're saying, I don't even know who I am right now. I just heard I'm in repair, is what I heard. I'm in repair. Interesting. And interesting phrase. It leads me back to a song by John Mayer that I think is called that, In Repair. Oh yeah, that song is significant because and another 7. Yeah, they are in repair. Oh. The 4 of Wands was my card of the day today. It's interesting that it's here behind that. Okay. I'm trying to bring up like parts of that song, but for some reason I just keep hearing I'm in repair part. But if you listen to that song, I do think there is something like, there's like an explanation of why they're not the person that you need them to be, and then there is also a little bit of hope at the end saying, hey, well, when things start looking a little better, I think I'll be coming your way, something like that. I think is the song is about. Definitely go listen to it, and if you know it, I think that's extra confirmation for you. Some of you in this pile feel like you need a lot of confirmation. This 7 of Swords, I just keep it, I know it's a 7 of Swords, but in my head, and it feels like I keep seeing the Seven of Cups, which is confusion. So even though we're coming from the Swords part of thing, and the Seven of Swords, it's a very unique card in the tarot. Usually also has to do with someone keeping tabs on you, looking back at you, but seeing hurt and pain that they've caused, they've experienced themselves. The connection has brought both of you maybe. And that's why there's no action. It's they're in repair. Yeah, it's like a stasis kind of feeling. And the Eight of Swords is even more agony because it comes with, yeah, you've passed the toughest part of this, but still you don't believe that you have. That's what the Eight of Swords is. It's like a veil, not being able to like show you the process that you've made. Interesting. Someone climbing. Very interesting. The Nine of, I don't know why I keep want to going through the swords. The Nine of Swords is a lot of the mental anguish and processing the pain and the mental state. And then the 10 becomes the body, just the final push of releasing this, right? Whew. So it's been a journey here. They're saying they're definitely someone that feels like they need to start anew with this page energy. They need to start anew after maybe some very tough decisions that they've had to make as well. And they definitely feel responsible for being the person who puts themselves into this state. But somehow as well, it feels very necessary to them. So that's why they're climbing. They're not just staying here in this energy. Oh, okay. Me going through the swords, explaining, you know, this is one of the 9 and the 8, and that's them trying to explain to you that they are climbing, they are changing, they are in repair. So that is not them sitting around waiting for things to become better. It is them actively, they have an active role in this healing journey of that they're on. I think they also want to say that they've had a passive approach to their journey before, and that's the looking back moment where they realize they not only put themselves in this situation, they put others because of them not, I just heard showing up to my full potential. So they're definitely going through that discovery period as well. Ooh, yeah, the discovery period of making the pieces make sense as well. Okay, I'm sorry if the shuffling is loud. I love how this deck shuffles. It is deliciously like buttery. I don't know if you can tell that it is, but it's so good. Okay. I just saw the 9 of Swords. All right, let's see what else they want to say about who they are. Wow. All right, I love this energy. Your person is such like, they own up to their shit, you know? And if they haven't in the past, they're working on themselves to the point of not only they want to be proud of who they are, but also they want to come in with the truth, plain simple, no matter how ugly, beautiful, disruptive, regenerative, because it's also death and rebirth. It is. They just want to be authentically themselves. This journey, it's a climb though, right? So they're pacing themselves as well. But this, again, being on the horse, it's so significant because they're saying there is movement. There's just a lot of things to get through. There's shadows that need to work that need to be alchemized. They need to be, first of all, discovered and then integrated is what I'm hearing. Wow. They are definitely going through a dark night of the soul at the moment. But when I tell you this, so resilient, such a resilient soul, because at the same time, yeah, dark night of the soul, but they're looking at it from a page of wands point of view, which feels very much like, and they feel invincible. They feel like they're ready for this. They recognize that it is growth that is happening, like wisdom developing. So they're like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I love that. 5 of Wands, interesting. Interesting with that devil on the bottom, because this looks like it's that. Do you see that? Like this is in there. And it's in the mind. That is interesting. Ooh, the puppeteer behind it. This is unique to this deck, this card. Ooh, interesting, 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 interesting. This is usually internal fighting, right? And now that the fact that there's couples depicted in both of these cards, the internal, and you know what? The puppeteer makes me think of the devil card in the LIGHTSEERS deck, where it's like a hand, like a puppeteer's hand, quite literally. Interesting. Again, you guys are very visually, or this person is, or both of you are very visually, what is the word that I'm looking for? Visuals impact you and they speak to you. I want a little more clarity for this though, because 5 of Wands. So this is their, okay, they could be working on their internal divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Okay, okay. This is looking like an x-ray to me now, which is interesting, because is there something medical as well? And I don't mean like, I'm not a doctor and don't, you know, I'm just reading tarot, but for some reason it looks like an x-ray to me. And when I said they were working on their internal something, so x-ray, maybe there is something medical going on that they're also dealing with, but it's more of like, that's how they want to, oh, maybe they're a doctor and that's why x-rays are coming up. But it feels more like looking deeper, really, really, really trying. So like, for example, right, let's say the body, it, like our skin and our muscles are kind of like a veil that stops you from looking at what's deeper, right? So if we want to put the sciencey part into the woo-woo part, they're trying to look past the veil, past their conditioning of like internal struggle with acceptance of themselves and who they are and their journey. Again, they're trying to look deeper into that to find the calm and alchemize this and like change it and make it work for them, right? Okay, that is interesting. Seeing skin and muscles as a veil that's stopping you from the bone, like you do get, oh, interesting, interesting. All right, they're trying to see what's stopping them from being happy, quite literally. And this person is, I think, someone that maybe presents themselves as being okay with being alone, being okay with not having the relationship of like a love connection and like a soulmate connection and a family, however that looks like for them. Maybe it's kids, maybe it's pets, maybe it's just them and their partner. They've been fighting that for a really long time, and they want to tell you that it's because, funny how we moved into the second question already, which is what they want to say, is because that's what they grew up looking at and that was their example, and that's what they have been finding as they look deeper past the veil, as they x-ray their life, if you will, right? It's very like inverted. They go from the pain to trying to see the silver lining, and then they go from the silver lining to just zooming out and being like, yeah, but nothing is making sense here. There's still a lot for them to grow from, There's a little bit more healing that needs to happen here. And you know what? Maybe this is happening parallelly. Maybe this also speaks to your journey at the moment. And maybe it's not to the same degree, it's not about the same people or the same things, examples in your life, like I was just saying for them. But it is something that you also feel like you need to work on to get to this. Not that without working on yourself, you won't ever be happy or have what you deserve. It's not that. And part of accepting yourself is accepting the fact that you can find someone to love you, even though you don't feel like you're fully healed or fully repaired, because you're in repair, right? It's all about when we'll see what the divine has to say about that. But I just need you to know that you don't. Okay, yeah, I saw it. I'm gonna keep it. The Four of Cups is interesting. This is trying to stay a believer, trying to stay afloat in the sea of emotions of not feeling worthy of what you're being presented. Okay, that could speak to you. You could feel that way, or you could be that way yourself for very different reasons. This person wants to let you know that maybe in the past when things did not work out with you guys, and this is if obviously you have a past with this person in this kind of sense. Some of you maybe don't, okay? You will know about this because they're going to open up to you about it. But in the past, they've refused happiness and healthy relationships. They didn't put effort into that, or didn't think that they deserved that. They were emotionally, they were not ready for it. They didn't have the capacity for it as well, because emotionally they were just trying to stay afloat. Okay, yeah. But look at all of that. Look at all of that. Page of Cups right behind that. Fish out of water is interesting. That's what I'm getting from that. I love this card so much. Okay, let's see what they want you to tell you besides all of this already. I kind of want to get a little bit more of like cheerful stuff, because this is heavy. Okay. Sorry, drinking water. Not to say, and it's sparkly water, so I have to like take a second. All right, I just saw 22:55 on my timer, so 2255 might be significant. Not to say that like this is not also beautiful and hopeful and good messages, because it is. Someone going and being so open about their growth, their struggles, them trying to find themselves, and therefore trying to find happiness within even the chaos that they're living with, and the chaos within, because the chaos within is sometimes one of the hardest things to be able to like survive. Okay. All right, let's see what they want to tell you. What do they want to say? The Hierophant. Okay. I also saw the Four of Wands when I was shuffling. And the Hierophant being here, now I'm thinking like union. Yeah, they definitely want this. They're lovers. They are. There's two sides to them as well. I think because this is the Pope, right? Very structural. And then when we look within again, it's like we go from Catholicism to spirituality kind of thing, right? So maybe religion is a thing here as well, that they've been trying to, they've been struggling with. Oh, that is interesting. The upbringing of a religious person who feels like they're trapped in that kind of world or mentality, they feel trapped because they have a different view of themselves, right? And of the world and of people. They don't see things through the lens of maybe how they were raised, Catholic or Muslim or Jewish, right? They don't see the world through that lens, even though they were brought up in that. They see it way differently. Wow. But that's making a lot of sense. Okay. Because you see, like, yeah, they don't see the world through the lens even that they, or that's what they're healing. They're healing that part of them where it's like they've always been an optimist, but the outside world that they were living in was very pessimistic, and it drove them to pessimism. But they were sad about their pessimism because they were an optimist. I don't know if that made sense, but I hope it did. That's what that feels like. And but they still believe in the good parts of the structural or the religion thing. Like, my deck is not in reverse. This is the second card. Another 10, by the way. 10 of Pentacles. Whew. Initially, when I looked at this card for the first time, I go through my decks when I get a new one, card by card, and I look at it. And then I ask it questions and interview it. And then I have to use it in readings because I have to get used to it. When I initially saw this card, I thought, walking with your ancestors. That's literally what it looks like to me. And I know that it's very easy to, like, see what I see, right? You're walking through this plane of existence, but in the other plane of existence, there is, like, your lineage looking back, not looking back, looking towards you, saying, okay, we're here to support you. And me bringing up the whole growing up thing, they might be, and you might be yourself as well, someone who is here to break generational curses in your life, in your lineage, in this lifetime, because some of those ancestors is also your incarnations, okay? And then they feel like now they're walking a path that's maybe alone because of the things that they need to heal and do. You might be someone who has been doing this for a while now. You are not a page at this. You are in this stage. You are... It's interesting that now we're talking about you and not them anymore. Oh, or to them, it looks like to you is very easy. It looks to them like it is easy for you. Yeah. To you, it looks to them, it looks easy. Like it's easy for you. And I just heard, little do they know, it is not easy. It is lonely. Finding yourself and being authentic sometimes is very lonely. Wow. Yes, it is. The stars, the moon, very out there, very, like, unreachable. Very interesting. Also 17, 18, they came out together as well. There is healing here. They are healing. That's the thing. They're stuck a little bit in the not believing that they're doing the work or something like that. I feel like this is more of their higher self speaking. That makes sense too with the Hierophant, which was the first card for this question. That makes sense to me. Or they also think they're like at a Ten of Pentacles moment, but really they're at a Hierophant, star, moon, death moment, right? There's a lot of ancestor, divine intervention here trying to support this person, but they lack, I want to say it this way, even though I'm not sure if that's the exact sentiment. They lack the confidence to accept that they are supported and guided. But part of that, I just heard, is because of their upbringing, which them realizing that they are supported and guided is healing the side of themselves who believes that they don't deserve that or they don't have that, which is beautiful. It all comes full circle for them. It's about to as well. We have 2 tens here. The star is about healing as well. And it feels like a miracle to them. Okay. One more card for what they want to say. 6 of Pentacles. Very nice. Very nice. I want to see the bottom of the deck. And the 2 of Wands. Okay. Interesting. I like the 6 of Pentacles. It's harmonious. Also, you have a 6 in your as your angel number. So this is good. This is a good way to end this part of the reading. The reciprocity in accepting that they are worthy of help and love, guidance and support. Help, love, guidance and support magically, they feel like it's magical, appears in their lives, or they're able to recognize it because they're seeing it with a different lens. They're seeing deeper. They're seeing past the veil. Oh, wow. I also like how this person phrases things. Their mind is very beautiful. Beautiful mind. You might want to watch that movie too. They definitely do give the sense of like scholarly. They're like a scholar in some kind of way. Like even if it's not like their profession or something like that, they are someone who seeks a lot of like information. They want to see a bigger picture. They've constantly throughout their lives have made an effort to see things differently than they were taught, they were being told to see them. And now they just need to like, I just heard like double down on that, be that person. But they're doing it already because they've been doing it their whole lives. They're just, it's more like about the authenticity of it. They should just go for it completely. They're going for it actually. And they're not caring if it leads them to being alone, but little do they know what's hidden from them, even more within, even more further that they can perceive, even with this magical power that they have of like trying to see it with a different lens and being able to see it with a different lens, is that there's happiness and beauty and connection waiting for them, waiting to manifest here. Not just waiting, it's like at the right timing, you know? All right, let's see what the divine has to say. Time to go. Interesting. The clocks here, I don't know if they're picking up on the camera, but there's clocks. Yeah, exactly. I think this is where they're at. They're in this moment of deciding, and it's a beautiful moment for them. They deserve this. I'm gonna reorganize this a little bit because I want everything to fit in here. You know what? The sense of urgency and the sense of, yeah, it's time to go. It's something that they need. It's like a final push into themselves almost. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, nothing will come in this situation. Void, course, moon. You see their struggle? Do you see that? this is a really hard energy to live in. Think about it. Like, this is why everything is happening very divinely timed for them, and aka vice versa for you. I don't know why I say aka, but anyways, this in between. I'm going to go, but it feels like it's for nothing, but it's not for nothing, because you wouldn't be called to go if it was. Wow. You know what? It's about, quite literally, it makes sense why the Fool card was the card that wanted to be shown for you guys to pick the decks, is because it's the Fool energy of trusting, falling into things and letting them work out for their best. But you still are doing the things that you want to do regardless, fearlessly. Not without fear. Not without fear. Fearlessly is not without fear. It's with fear, but at the same time with determination. And you're like, I'm just going to try it anyways. That's what their energy is like. Wow. Judgment is interesting as well. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Whew. Definitely, the reading is definitely about explaining to you how your soulmate is going through some shit right now, okay? They're going through it. They're going through it. And this is a good reminder of that. And if you're going through it as well, this is also a good reminder, okay? It is okay. Look at all the purple too. Probably a lot of third eye activation is happening here. And if you've had that already in your life, think back of how challenging it could have been for you. Quite literally seeing things differently and feeling like you can't change on a dime on the people that you already know and in your life, and you're going to be alone because of it. But at the same time, feel the pressure to change because you want to change and you don't feel like yourself in the environment that you already are in. You know what I mean? Like, that's hard to navigate, and they're doing it. Okay, they're doing it. And if you're doing it, kudos to you. You're also doing that, and that is hard to do. Everyone has their own path and challenges. That's why we shouldn't judge. All right, another 6 and more purple, you don't say. And the third eye, you don't say. I guess I'm a psychic. I don't know. That might be for some of you as well. The realization that you are a magical being and you have magical powers. If you want to see it as magical, or you just want to see it as everybody has their challenges, but everybody has their strength and their spiritual gifts. And maybe you're also meant to accept your spiritual gifts. Whatever some, like a connection, right? You and this person, whatever they're experiencing and trying to accept within themselves, you are probably going through a same kind of thing, but in another, part of your life, all right? So like one side could be trying to accept that they are a being who deserves love and connection and goodness in their lives, while the other one is working and also accepting that they already done that, right? They've already accepted that they need love, they deserve love, but now they're working on accepting their spiritual gifts and using them for the greater good or for their own greater good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are both working on something. They seem to be working on something that has to do with them not communicating with you right now because of it. But the divine is trying to put you at ease here. Very interesting. It looks the same. All the purple at the end is interesting. The energy of the third eye chakra supports our inner sight and intuition abilities. Inner sight, the X-ray vision. Interesting. Interesting. X-ray vision. Isn't that like Superman? I think so. You know what? Yeah, you are superhumans. You are special. Superman felt alone here. They felt like they weren't from this planet. Well, they knew they weren't from this planet. that feeling of isolation can drive a person to mask who they truly are because they don't want to be alone. But I think your person is definitely in that stage of, fuck it all, I'm just gonna be authentically myself. I'm gonna let people see deeper and see me without the veil that I've been putting up. And whoever's here is here, and whoever's in my life and staying, they'll stay, and whoever goes goes. That's kind of like their mentality, and I like it. It's very, very much Page of Wands, starting anew, but with a solid inner foundation. That feels really good. All right. Thank you so much, Pawan, for trusting me to do this reading for you. I hope that this resonated and brought you a little bit of clarity, a little bit of confirmation that you needed at this time, or anything that you needed at this time. I will also want to thank your soulmate for being so open and chatty and a beautiful energy to tap into. I want to thank your spirit guides as well. And thank you so much. And I hope to see you in other readings. You guys have a good one. Hi, Batu. If you guys picked the wide angle tarot, this is going to be your reading. Also, you have a clear quartz. We're gonna put her over here. And yeah, so, ooh, that's interesting. I took a sip of water before I started to do your reading. Ooh, and when I tell you, all of a sudden, it's like the head pressure. I got like head pressure, and like, you know when you feel like you jump into a pool or you're just like underwater? That's what I feel like all of a sudden. That's very interesting. Interesting energy that your soulmate is bringing in. Okay. Because I am tapping obviously into your energy, but I'm mainly tapping into their energy because we're talking about them. Whew, hold on a second. I need to like, feel like I need to ground myself a little bit here. Give me a second. And you might want to do this too. Just take a couple of breaths, and if you had your legs crossed or not on the ground or not on the floor, I would advise that you put them on the floor, maybe just for 10 seconds or a minute, to just ground yourself and your energy a little bit. All right. I am answering some questions for you, like who they are, what they want to tell you at this time about them, the connection with you, and then we're using the oracle cards to let spirit give you what you know you need to take away from here, mainly like advice. I'm using this first card, which is it's a tarot deck, to answer the who they are, and then we're gonna dive in with the tarot deck that you picked. So, all right. I also did a little bit of channeling and divination for your pile with a dice to get some angel numbers for you. And pile 2, you got 5 and 8. So 555, 55, 888, 88. I don't know, as many 8s as you see. And then also the infinity symbol, because it's like, that is an 8 as well, right? So that's what I got for you. And that's not, you know, if it doesn't apply to you, that's okay. But it is definitely confirmation for some of you. So yeah, let's see who this is. Oof, 10 of Swords. Okay. Wow. Interesting, because pile 1 was also swords. No wonder my head what felt like it was underwater. Because this is all in the mind. There is a lot. There is a lot, Paul, too. Oof. I like it, though. I like that it's a 10. A 10 is a 1. 10 is an ending and a beginning. And the 10 of Swords is definitely an ending. It could be a very painful one. The Tower. And the 4 of Swords. And the Split. Okay. Could be a very painful one. They could be going through a painful situation at the moment, without a doubt. Not they could be. They are. They are. Maybe there's even a death in their family happening at the moment. Take that as it resonates. That is not for everybody, but it could be for someone, because I saw it and I'm going to mention it if I do. Ooh, this person has something that they're working on their integrity as well. Ooh, look at all those cards as I said that. Queen of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. They are someone who used to be very in the mind, like mind driven, like logic driven, and now they're finding themselves being very love driven. A tender approach is what I'm hearing, and that has led them to realize that there's a little bit of righting past wrongs that they need to do, and therefore they're doing it. They're setting sail towards what they need to do. Like they're not, yeah, because this is like on a boat. This is like the carriage going somewhere as well. They've gained it. It's like there's someone that feels like they've gained some kind of perspective because of the pain that they've been through as of recent. And it has literally changed them to the core. Another 3 cards just flew. Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, there's been clarity here. Clarity that has been achieved. They've achieved this clarity by quite literally embarking on a journey that started with a lot of pain. Look, a journey. Yep. Started with a lot of pain. It almost feels unbearable as well. Like unbearable pain that you don't even want to talk about. It's not that you could push it away either. You got to deal with it. It's a pain that you got to deal with, because it was a very extreme ending for them. So interesting. Pile 1, 2, they were in repair. Your person, though, feels like the repair has happened, but it's still something that they carry with them. They're still carrying some of this pain with them as they embark on a journey that's happier, or they're going towards happiness. But they still feel like they identify with this pain so heavily, this ending so heavily. Okay, the High Priestess. Lots of water here. So the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess are one and the same. Do you see that? Like they're literally in the same kind of. It's almost like this is the one side of the river and this is the other side of the river, or something like that, right? Interesting. King of Wands. And then the bottom of the deck, the Chariot. And there's that Three of Swords again. Huh. Three of Swords, I'm sorry, no, Three of Wands. I'm like, the swords are in my head. There's that pressure again, by the way. That is very interesting. The swords are like so present, and again, it's such like it's a big thing that they went through, dude. It's big. It's big. Like, energetically, it was a lot. Physically, emotionally. I think it also drove them to, there's another 6, by the way. 6 of Wands. Hold on, here it is. It drove them to their magic. It drove them to their spiritual abilities as well. Yep, that makes sense. Because all the water that's here too, and we have quite literally the High Priestess. Hello, I can't ignore that. And now the King of Wands is also by water. So it's like, okay. And they're looking this way. So they're realizing, or, you know, part of this is accepting their spiritual gifts, or that this thing that happened to them led to them activating their spiritual gifts as well. It's kind of like wrapping your head around all of that, and also trying to live your day-to-day life. That's what all of that feels like. The world. Okay. Well. Ooh, and the King of Swords. Okay, what's behind you? Oh, the King of Cups. Okay. Wow. Okay, I just heard you're gonna catch them all, but like kind of like the kings, like they're collecting their they're coming along their journey, and they're trying to, quite literally, they're in the fool's journey, right? So the hero's journey, they're trying to get to this point, the world, the end of this cycle. They're getting there. They're getting there. They're doing it by integrating piece by piece of who they are, and who this initial shock to the system made them realize that they were as well. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. It's a powerful journey. I'm sorry. Whew. Hold on a second, I need some water. They're definitely someone who is in touch with their inner divinity. They're in touch with their inner feminine as well, whether they're masculine or a feminine. But they feel very balanced as well. And all of this is coming from this initial like tower that was so painful, so painful. All right, what do they want to say to you right now about this connection? Seven of Cups, the Empress, Knight. I just keep pulling cards because this is what I feel called to do. Hold on. Okay. All right. There's a lot that they want to say about this. Okay. Let's try to get organized here. Okay. This is like in the order that they came out. I hope everything is in the picture. Let's make sure it is. Okay. So we got 10 cards answering, 8 cards answering the question of what do they want to say about this connection. This is very interesting. The Seven of Cups followed by the Empress. But that's not how they want me to read it. They want me to read it like this. Okay, here we go. 7 of Cups and the Magician are our first pair here. The difference is literally night and day in this energy. I just heard started from the bottom. Now we're here. It is interesting in the sense that we start with the confusion. Yeah, we start with this energy. And then they tap into what they need to tap into. And here they are as the Magician. They picked up the cup that they needed to. And it's on their table now. It's part of their arsenal. The confusion, the initial things that were happening in their life, or the things that are happening in their life in general, they know how to emotionally bring it in and make it part of their magic, part of their strength as well. Like their strength to manifest, their strength to be who they are. Wow, that is insanely beautiful. Then we move on to the Empress being here with the 10 of Cups. I think this goes into them knowing what they want and knowing what's going to make them happy. The cup element is interesting being here again, and in the 10 sense, not the 7, because it makes me think that the emotional maturity that they've gained from this leads them to be able to recognize. That's what they've been working on. That's why they're working on this in the first place, because they want to recognize this energy when they interact with them eventually. They want to know who their Empress is, and if they're the Empress, they want to know when they're in this energy, so that they can, not so that they can enjoy union and like happiness, but so that they feel empowered and accepting of this. They know that they can't, it's either about recognize, because you got to see what, you know, I'm like now seeing from 2 sides. So it's like, if they're a masculine energy, they're working on this to be able to recognize their Empress, and therefore recognize when the happiness and the union is here. And if they are the Empress, the feminine energy, they need to be able to recognize when they're in this state, so that they can enjoy and be able to bring forth this union and this happiness. Be able to just enjoy it as well is enough. Like that's like literally it. That's the sentiment here. Be able to enjoy this. You don't do that unless you have the maturity for it. You've had the trials and tribulations that lead you to be able to recognize happiness and stability when it's there in front of you, right? Okay. And then the Knight of Swords with the Lovers. All right. But I'm like seeing like the World and the 6 of Swords over there too. Fastest moving night. And it's like, you know what? They feel like once they make a choice, once they're able to recognize this, they're working on it, right? So they're able to recognize this. They know that they're going to make the choice that they need to make swiftly. Like this is happening fast, and it's happening fast, and it's happening in a correct, with the correct momentum behind it, the correct drive and initiative behind it, because they know that the choice is going to be coming from a loving, stable place. Also, something about always choosing love above awe for this person is very beautiful. And then we have Justice with the Hermit. This is the year of the Hermit. And this leads me to think that, because we're asking what they want to say about this connection, they're saying, if we get together, if we meet in this year, this path of us, this lifetime here, it feels like karmic justice, and it feels like them finding that what they were looking for all along as well. It feels like their justice is not walking this path alone anymore. Oh, that is so beautiful. because the Hermit's looking this way as well. It's like the Hermit's journeying. They're making their journey towards this, right? Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. I want to pull one more card for this last thing here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. They had to go on this journey. You see how it all just comes together. It's like the beginning and the end and the end and the beginning. To be able to recognize when this is being offered to them, a good thing is being offered to them. They need to be able to recognize it, so that they can they can love themselves enough to choose it as well. Because this is not just about accepting external love. This is about accepting internal love as well. Accepting that you are worthy of what's being offered to you. Wow. It's also their justice, right? Wow. Yeah. Their justice is having the union that they deserve. Their counterpart. We have the counterparts out here. I cannot ignore that. That's something that you deserve, and that's something that they deserve, okay? Part of who makes them your counterpart is them being able to accept the fact that they are worthy of love, and this magnitude of love, this love story, this beauty here. It feels like their final step, really. And the whole thing that I was hearing of, gotta catch them all, like with the kings, makes sense to me now. Because the emperor is all the kings put together. The empress is all the queens put together. So, yeah. So we have the empress, the emperor, the lovers, 10 of cups, the world. Very beautiful energy here. All right, let's see what the divine wants you to take away from here, and definitely keep close as advice for this connection. Ooh, journey again to the sea, and it's a 7. Okay, 7 is it's a very divine number. Again, it feels like you got everything you need, but the fact that they're in a paper boat is interesting to me. Because you know what? It's because they don't need the boat. They're a fairy. They can fly. So it's like the journey here, maybe for both of you, honestly, has been mainly about believing in your magic and who you are and the things that you deserve and the things that you're capable of as well. It's like, yeah, you got the boat for a while. You are on the boat. The divine is watching over you, taking care of you. But know that the training wheels are temporary because you're meant to use your wings. They're saying here, both of you are stepping up to who you're meant to be so that you can recognize who this person is as well. You won't be able to recognize your divine counterpart until you become the divine counterpart that they deserve as well. Vice versa. That applies to both of you. Wow. I love that. I love that. Emotions are running high. A super moon. Okay, yes. I like this. I like that. You got to look at when we have a super moon coming up this year, because that might be a significant date for you. 7s are significant as well. 7 is July. So that's the 7th month. That might be significant. Interesting. Okay. Courage. Yep. It takes a lot of courage to accept love. Okay. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Wow. That is beautiful. Very beautiful energy. An abundance. that the number 8, which is your number, and infinity, you're kidding. The energy of abundance activates our ability to manifest the wealth we need and the sense of fulfillment that comes from a heart and soul that are overflowing with love and gratitude. So, yeah, wealth for you and abundance for you is also an abundance of gratitude and love from within. And that is, I'm speechless. This is so beautiful. I just want to keep looking at that. And also the fact that they look so similar as well is not lost on me. It's so beautiful. You guys have such beautiful grounding energy now. We've completely like turned a page here, because I started with my head space, like my crown, and like feeling like I was literally underwater and like constricted or something like that. And now I feel clarity and hope and wonder, and it's beautiful. That could speak to the journey that you both are on as well. I'm just over here looking at this card, just smiling. I'm just staring at it, smiling. It's so funny. I hope that this helped. I hope this resonated and it gave you the clarity and everything that you needed to take away from this. I'm trusting that it did. I want to thank your spirit guides. I want to thank your person as well. I want to thank you for letting me read for you and sharing this energy and this beautiful story with me. It is not lost on me how unique of a job this is that I'm doing here, in the sense of it's beautiful. It's a privilege. Is really what I'm saying, to be able to like read for collectives and kind of like go through it and experience just a little bit of the magic that they're experiencing themselves. And like I said, it feels like a privilege. So thank you so much for sharing it with me. I hope to see you in other readings in the future, and you guys have a good one, pal, too. Hi, Pal 3. I'm just cleansing a little bit here with Palo Santo, mainly because the last 2 readings have been intense, and I'm anticipating that yours is also going to have the same intensity, which I welcome and I'm okay with. But we also gotta take care of the flow here, because it's what's needed. So that's what I'm doing. All right. I also feel like I'm gonna light some incense as well. Bear with me here. Pile 3. This also feels like your energy. This is something that you like to do as well, like, or your person too. They definitely like a very zen environment. They work on having clarity and perspective, and they like, energetically wise, being being very like intuitive, and not intuitive, being very deliberately like what is the word? I'm losing words all of a sudden. They put intention, very clear intentions into their actions, especially if they're practicing any kind of divination. Excuse me. Any kind of divination or in any spiritual practice that they do. All right. Lovely. Love that from both of you. If it is both of you, and if it's just them, well, you're getting to know them a little bit. So if you guys picked the flower agate skull and the tarot of oppositions, this is going to be your reading. I have some questions for your person. I want to know who they are, how they want to be shown up here energetically as well. And for that, I'm going to use this tarot card, and then we're going to use tarot to look into what they want to say to you as well at this time about this connection. And this is the oracles are for spirit to give you advice and things that they want you to leave this reading with as far as this connection goes. Okay, so let's check into your soulmate. Let's see who they are. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you that I have some angel numbers for you. So I shuffled my dice and I got 4 and 2. So 444, 22, 2222, or as many twos as you see. I also have a 6 here, which is very interesting because I also have a 6 here. Okay. Oh, all right. So you both are very magical beings. Let's just say that. When I tell you, there is a very specific spirit guide that is assigned here. Not assigned. They've volunteered to work with both of you. There's a letter A over here. A could be significant, the letter A. Yeah, there's a very, very powerful spirit guide protecting your journey here. Wow, you guys feel like very, very intense connection, a very divinely guided thing here. This is not just one of your soulmates. This feels like the person, because their identifier is the lovers. Okay, this is major arcana. This is not just any card. In a love reading especially. And the sheer intensity of this being here. Wow. The feminine showing up as the eagle with the moon. The masculine showing up as a lion with the sun. Wow. There is the sacred geometry in here as well. It's insane to me. It's beautiful. I don't think I've ever looked at this card long enough or deep enough. Wow. These ripples here, they're wings. But it's like ripples of time. Do you see the sheer intensity that this being has? That they come into your awareness or into your reality, both of your realities, and it warps it. There's a lot of intensity here. Maybe you guys are 4 of Wands and the Queen of Wands, one of my favorite cards in this deck. I said it in the intro. And oddly enough, this is the Queen of Wands and this is her upright, but I prefer this side because this is beautiful. They're both beautiful. That's the thing. Dark and light, night and day. Oh my gosh. 10 of Pentacles behind that. The 4 of Wands. I'm telling you, you guys are very significant. You probably have a very, very intense, unique path here, which is the reason why you're meant to be in union. And it's the reason why there's a very powerful spirit guide who has volunteered to be a guiding force here. Oof. There's something that both of you need to choose here. Or you need to choose each other. Um, this person, when I'm asking the question of who they are, and the lovers being what comes out, is interesting because it feels like it's not even them answering me. It feels like it's this being. It's this spirit guide. If this doesn't resonate with you, this presence that I keep wanting to describe because it wants to be described to you, this is not your reading. I'm going to put it very clearly. Very clear disclaimer, point blank period, because they're very direct themselves. If it doesn't feel like this is the kind of look at all of this, okay? If it doesn't feel like your connection, your soulmate that you're wondering about, if it doesn't feel like this is not your reading. This is for the people that feel like this is like, yeah, that's like I'm literally putting words to the things that you've been feeling and not being able to put words to, or this is all resonating because you've already had downloads about it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's either this or nothing. Don't, obviously you can stay and listen to the reading if you want to. I think it's a beautiful story that we're about to talk about here, but don't, I don't know why I want to be like so harsh, and it's not being harsh. It's more of like, don't make this fit. It's really what I want to say. Okay. I'm just going to say it like that. Don't make it fit. Okay. It's not going to fit anyways, if it's not meant for you anyways. Right. But I don't want anybody to leave here with false hope or a false kind of like story in their head. All right. I'd rather you find the reading that's meant for you. Okay. All right. So, pile 3. If you're still here and this is resonating, welcome to your reading. Let's go. I just realized that your numbers were 4 and 2, and 4 and 2 add up to 6. And that's also blowing my freaking mind right now. Okay. Who is this person? I'm asking again because this feels like I said, this is this being wanting to make an introduction here, being like, I'm here to support both of you. Whoever's watching this right now, whether it's the masculine or the feminine of either of this connection, maybe this is the first encounter, of this energy for you, or this is this energy putting a voice or putting a face to the voice, or putting a solid hello, this is me, like a solid, what is it, energetic handshake, if you will, of saying this is an introduction. Hello. Hello. So I'm asking now who this person is. Oh my gosh, more major arcana. I mean, gotta cover her boobs, sorry. The Chariot, the World. Wow. Lions again. Let me look at this off camera. Hold on. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Your person is someone who has finished a major cycle in their life, and they are ready. They're moving towards you. The cycle that they finished has made them realize, it has given them the perspective that they needed. And you don't get on this. You're not the Chariot energy, or you're not in the Chariot energy unless you're moving passionately, swiftly, and divinely towards your person and who you're meant to be with. The Emperor at the bottom of the deck. I cannot ignore that. That is, wow, wow. The Emperor is also the 4th card. And you got the number 4. All right. And the Moon. Okay. This could be a water sign. Definitely Cancer could be significant. I need something else for who this person is. I need another card for that. Judgment. Another major. This is insane to me. This is your counterpart. Yeah, you guys are equals. Equal give and take. Equal on everything. both of you also know your shadows and know your, they know your, you know your shadows and you know your higher self so well, and so do they, because of the things that they've been through. When I tell you, you guys are counterparts, you are. There's no doubt about it. This is your person. And it has been your person in many lifetimes as well. I don't think it's just been one, or it's just been this one. Many death and rebirth happening here. Death, rebirth, death, rebirth. So synchronistic. Insanely synchronistic, your reading. These are probably cards that you often get in readings when you ask about love as well, or when you're tapping into your soulmate energy, your counterpart's energy, or even they are tapping into your energy. Like that's, this will be cards that come up often. The World, the Chariot, Judgment, the Lovers, the Fool, the initial card that I showed you. Interesting, interesting. You see how it's so interesting. The Fool is heading this way to, it goes from 0 to 100, because it goes from 0 to 20 to 21, which is the end of the Fool's journey. Which is why I was feeling this is a very accelerated growth here. And then it leads, this journey led to a decision, a very, I literally have chills on me right now. Led them to a decision that is, it wasn't made lightly, but it was made, the choice was made, because then we have 6, 7, and they're headed your way. There's 10 of Cups, come on. They're headed your way to deliver this. They want this happiness and this beauty with you. There's a feeling of feeling lucky. If you see a ladybug, definitely this person's in your energy and like communicating with you. Roses as well, red roses, because there's like one red rose here. Doves, like a white dove. And it doesn't have to be like in person as well. Like if you see it like online or something like that as well, someone mentions it maybe. I just heard Judgment Day, might be something. The Lovers again. After I said Judgment Day is interesting. I'm sorry, there's a lot of nudity here and I have to cover it. Do you see, just even in this card too, this energy, this presence wants to just, God, does it want to connect both of you? It's really trying its best to to make this happen for both of you here. I'm gonna put it with Judgment because it feels right. Wow. Wow. And now it's like it switched places, because here the feminine was in the moon, in the darkness, and the masculine was in the sun. And now you see how it's different now? But that speaks to you. Do you realize how many major arcanas I have here? And the fact that in a whole deck, I picked one card out and it was this one. And now it's here again in another deck. Right? We feel that, right? You feel that intensity. I hope you do. And I hope you also believe that you deserve this as well. Because I don't know, collectively, there's a lot of, and that could be what this presence is here. There's a lot of not believing that you deserve happiness, or that happiness is going to happen, or that miracles are real, that love is real, unconditional, beautiful, magical love. I understand. I get it. I get why. But this energy is here to say, this very like sharp, tough love, but loving nonetheless, intense energy is saying, you're getting it because you deserve it. and your person is, I believe, seeing you for who you are, which is their person. King of Pentacles. He was at the bottom of the deck a little while ago. I was going to get it, but I didn't. Okay, I don't want to get it anyways. All right, there's something about that. Why am I refusing that card? All right, let's move into the next question. I think that's why it was. What do they want to say to you at this time? What does your person want to say? And you know why, when I asked who this person is and all this major arcana coming out, it's the divine saying they're your divine counterpart. They're divine, just like you. That's who this person is. They are divine. Wow. Pile 3. I was... No wonder I needed to cleanse before I started your reading. Talk about intensity. Oh, okay. What do they want to say? I think they're very much ready to speak. They're ready to put the speculations to rest, is what I heard. Rumors to rest. They're ready for clear cut communication, like just very much alchemizing maybe what the things that weren't spoken here before or said before, because it doesn't feel like they're sticking this in the ground. It feels like they're pulling it, but as they're pulling it, it's being restored, regenerated, and alchemized. This whole energy, it's like they're extracting this sword, this truth, to be able to present it to you. They're pulling it from the depths of maybe their heart, because of that 3 of Swords that we saw before as well. It's like, because the 3 of Swords is 3 swords through the heart, right? So you're taking them out because you're healing, but in taking this truth out, it's something that you also want to communicate. There's a communication coming in because there's been a clarity as well. Again, okay. Yeah, yes. This sword, this clarity is being presented to you. With the Hangman, and then, this is so interesting. And the Wheel. Oof, okay. More major arcana, by the way, but with the Hangman, it would make sense how they went from the sun to the moon to the sun. They've done this is self-sacrifice, this pulling out swords, this cleansing, or it feels like karmic alignment with the Wheel coming in. The letter A is definitely significant, but yeah, it feels it's about them gaining the perspective that they needed. They got their answer. They've been asking the divine, and they got their answer. They know who you are already to them, and you know who this person is too. Maybe you're not sure, or you haven't realized the magnitude of the connection yet, but they definitely have, which is why they feel like they need to move towards you, and they need to offer this truth here. There is communication. I just saw the Knight of Cups. There is communication coming in for you. They are definitely going to be communicating. What else do they want to say? Because, you know, they've said a lot, and I've looked at a lot of cards, but I've only pulled out one. And I'm paying attention. Oh, okay. I'm paying attention to that because it feels... There's such like pressure as well of like everything needs to be right. Everything needs to be right. The right moment, that phrase of like the right moment, the right time. The Hermit. So many major arcanas, you guys, stop it. This is one of my favorite cards as well. It's a beautiful depiction of the Hermit. Very beautiful. And it shows that the Hermit's magic, their staff, if you will, that helps them walk along the path that they have, is also just equally being held by their shadow, which feels very synchronistic for both of you as well, because it is about the good, the bad, the ugly, the unseen and the seen, and the shadowy and the bright. I think both of you are such powerful divine beings, and you carry it so beautifully. It is very beautifully, it looks very beautiful on you, is what I want to say. For some reason, this is literally looking like into my soul. And it's a look of, hey, I've found myself, but in finding myself, I'm turning the light towards someone else, and I'm recognizing them for who they are as well. That is so beautiful. My God. Okay. Because usually the Hermit is looking quite literally at their lantern. They're hyper fixated on it, right? They're not looking around. They're looking at this. But it literally is what I just said of, I've found myself, and I've found my light, my magic, who I am. I've found it. And in finding it, it's leading me towards recognizing who else is just like me and who else is my person. And that is amazing, Pile 3. That is amazing. So them being worried about right timing, right person, right time, right everything. We like that. We like that attention to detail. Something you can expect from this person as well. I just heard. All right. Oof. Also, you wouldn't be able to I know I keep saying that, but you wouldn't be able to recognize them either unless they have found their light, unless the light was shining upon them. Their light was shining upon them, so that their face was very clear, right? That who they are was very clear to you. Well, I think it's about to be very, very clear, okay? Oh my God, yes, the 10 of Pentacles again. It's about to be very clear. Oh, it's so beautiful. You've been given the keys to the kingdom. You've been given the keys in the time of self-discovery, self-sacrifice, the magic that you've been performing of alchemizing your energies, the death and the rebirth that you've had. You've been giving the keys to this, and now you're ready. You're ready. I think you guys are ready for union. Honestly, that's really what I want to say. I'm going to say it. I said it already, but I'm going to double down on it. Because this energy wouldn't be here otherwise. Right off the bat, right, the Lovers coming out, and then it's here. I can't ignore it. It's the Magician, the Emperor. Cut the cameras. Like, that's it. Done. Wow. Wow. Wow, it's all I could keep saying. I'm very, very much speechless. And that's saying a lot because I love to talk. That could be something you experience when you meet this person as well, or they experience. Wow. You deserve this, Pile 3. They deserve this. They've worked for this. They've earned this. They are someone who is your equal, and you are their equal. And in realizing that, both of you come together beautifully in acceptance of each other, because you accept yourselves. It literally is like the whole cheesy kind of, you know, you don't find love until you love yourself, or the you'll know when you know, and then when you know kind of thing. Especially after this. Yes, here it is again, this card. This is this, pulling out those swords, pulling them out, and at the same time being kind of grateful that they were there in the first place, because it led you to the growth that you needed to do here in this lifetime, or in general. Okay. I don't know if I want to give one more card. I think I do. All right, let's shuffle. Let's do a dip shuffle here and get one more card for what they want to say. The Star. Ooh, Death at the bottom too. What's under Death? Ten of Swords. Okay. Okay, the Star. I have to cover her up. Give me a second. Because she is a little naked. I think let's do it like this. I'm gonna put her over here. The Star. Oh, I'm so sad you can't see the whole card. It's beautiful. But that's okay. We're seeing the side that we need to see, and that's, I'm gonna trust that, okay? And I just heard shine bright like a diamond because I'm looking at that star here, and it's very, in this side, in the dark side, there's only one, and it's very faint, but it's there. And in this side, there's just the cosmos. There's a very bright one, and they're like, they're aligned. You know, you guys are aligning to each other at this moment in time. Yeah, that's why it's not that they're worried about timing. It's that they know that timing is at play, and then alignment. There's alignment here that is being respected and honored. And partly probably because it's being, the structure's being kept by this being as well. There is a structure to the madness. I just heard there is a, your story is very unique, very beautiful. Trial, tribulations, and alchemy, and ascension, and self-discovery. But discovery of oneself leads to discovery of who you're meant to be with. It's just a beautiful journey, and it is very unique to both of you. And let's see what the divine wants you to take as advice, because I feel like it's going to be needed here to kind of like put everything together for you. Wow. Deep knowing. The stars are interesting in this card too. There's a star here in her chest as well, in the middle of this energy. A deep knowing. Okay. Yeah. This leads me back to in the beginning when I went on a little rant about if this doesn't resonate, it's not your reading. Yeah, that's the deep knowing right there. The deep knowing of if this is really for you, if this is really your story. You will know. You will know. You wouldn't have stayed for the whole reading otherwise, unless you just wanted to listen to a reading, and that's also okay. I'm okay with that. But yeah, this, very beautiful. You have a deep knowing about this and your story together already. So maybe there's also a need to trust that things are going to develop as they should, okay? Ooh, prosperity lights ahead. New moon in Taurus. So the new moon in Taurus might be significant for you guys this year. The 9th being the Hermit. This is also the year of the Hermit, by the way. So yeah, this year's new moon in Taurus could be very significant for you. Taurus is such like a beautiful, earthly, magical energy. It's so calming, so soothing. It's like a velvety kind of sweater that you wear. You know, it's like, that's what I'm getting from that. Maybe the new moon in Taurus is when you and this person share that kind of feeling together, maybe as well. Okay, cool. Ooh, pride. Pride is interesting because we got a lot of lions over here, and it's making me think of, you know, a pride of lions. Is that a thing? Like, isn't that a group of lions? I don't know, I could be wrong about that, but like, also lions are very prideful. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. And this is definitely an alchemized version of a Leo ego, for example. Definitely I love myself. And that's why I don't know why I said that in a country accent. Anyways, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Very beautiful. Very beautiful energy. Wow. Oh, okay. So strength, Leo energy is significant here because hello, strength quite literally coming out. You're kidding. 38 could be significant. 3 and 8 out of 211, so maybe that's also significant. Frequency of strength and the frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all qualities and skills towards a strong and balanced way of being. Way of loving, I just heard as well. This is a very loving person. I feel like both of you carry your hearts on your sleeves. You have, throughout your life, been through a lot of bullshit and a lot of hurt, but it's led you to become a beautiful, powerful being. They want you to accept this. They want you to accept the beauty, abundance, harmony that is coming into your life, okay? Another card from the lunar deck, the MOONOLOGY deck, it's coming to me where it's literally about Leo, and it says, don't let your pride get in the way. But then there's another one that says confidence is key. So it's like both things, right? At the same time, it could be true. Don't let pride get in the way, but you also need to be confident in your magic, in your process, in your journey, in your union together, and your love when it comes to that being a choice that you need to make. Very beautiful. You have everything you need as well, both of you do, because you're showing up as magicians and hermits. It's a beautiful energy. That hermit card is literally getting to me today. It's so intense and beautiful. And this is like, wow. The eye contact though, right? The full on looking at me as the reader, because I keep looking at the cards, like, it's just intensity. It's so beautiful. Okay. And the fact that a 6 and a 9 are like opposites of each other, right? They're upside downs of each other, and your deck is tarot of oppositions. They're upside down. Okay, yeah, you see the synchronicities? There's a lot of synchronicities for you. Okay, pile 3. I want to thank you so much for letting me read for you and letting me tap into this energy. I want to thank your soulmate as well, your counterpart. I want to thank this spirit guide in particular as well, your entire team, but they are so significant here. I hope you work with them, you communicate with them. They definitely communicate with you already, but it's more of like you making the choice to, like, you know, also have a relationship with this presence, this being in your life. Thank you so much again, and I hope to see you in other readings, and you guys have a good one.